Well, hi, this is Alkin, and welcome back to my channel. This month of September has been very interesting. It's a phrase that they're using in baseball, September to remember. Unfortunately, this is a September we don't want to remember. I mean, I hadn't seen a September this bad since 9/11. Of course, we can't say anybody died in this situation like the actual 9/11. Even though some jokers in Washington, D.C. would like to claim that January 6th was worse than 9/11, which is ridiculous. Reason why I say this is the worst September in a long time is because, well, you had a SAR doctor, or COVID doctor, whatever the heck, shut the city down unnecessarily, and while people were suffering, he was enjoying drug-infused sex parties, and didn't go well. He lost his job. He got ridiculed. Now there's going to be investigations, and he sounds like a dollar store Sean Diddy Combs, which, by the way, he seemed to have the same thing, only on a larger scale. I wonder if he violated any protocols during the lockdowns. But yes, Sean Diddy Combs was in New York City. He thought he was going to get out of that situation when he also had the unfortunate situation of being indicted and got arrested. And they wouldn't take no bail from him. Say, oh, I'm sorry, we don't want the money. We want you. Bye. No more parties. And no more baby oil. You gotta do everything dry behind bars. And then now there's the current situation with the mayor of New York City, Eric Adams, who also gets indicted by a federal grand jury. He could be facing jail time as well. He had to face court today, and guess what? Another his aide got subpoenaed. They had to take her phone as well. I forgot which cabinet person it was, and the situation's going to get worse because if Eric Adams is forced to resign, we don't have great choices to take his place. And I'm sorry for Williams. I know he's a public advocate, and he's a big critic of Eric Adams, but at this point, I don't have too much confidence in the leadership in the city of New York because look at what's happening. The crime problem, the immigrant problems, and so on. I think the only reason why this is happening to Eric Adams is because he got a big mouth. And the Biden administration just had enough of him. So if he hadn't said anything, they probably would have let him slide. And then you say, oh, that's not possible. You know, he did a crime, he should do the time and all that other stuff. Well, then how you explain Bob Melendez? Bob Melendez also pissed off Joe Biden. But he didn't do it when he was president. He did it when he was vice president, pissed him off. So that's why he's also going to jail too. Because of the Iran deal or something. So he's going bye-bye as well. Yes, folks, this is not a good September to remember. I think that was a slogan from the New York Mets when they were going to the World Series and the playoffs in 1996, and they succeeded. They had a great run and so on. Unfortunately, few and far between good things have been happening since the 2020s started. I don't see anything good coming out of this at all. I think unless Trump wins, we are totally screwed with an out of control New York City. And it's going to affect the rest of the metropolitan area. I really do. I just don't have exact good words to say because there's nothing good to say. As long as you have Alan Bragg's dismissing crime left and right, Letitia James making up crimes as it goes along, and all these other wonderful characters in New York City and New York State are bringing New York down the toilet, it's going to continue happening over and over again. And they're doing it without Sean Diddy Combs' baby oil products. Let's put it that way. It's not good either way. It might have to take a Republican to straighten this mess out. And I'm sorry to say that. That's why I stopped voting Democrat for a long time. I mean, I stopped voting Democrat in 2008 on the state side, and after 2016, that was it. I didn't vote for Joe Biden when he was running in 2020. I don't care for him. I can't stand the man. He could go kiss my butt as far as I'm concerned. I don't like him. I don't care for him. I know what he's all about, and I can't stand the man. Okay? I can't. I mean, if I bumped into him, passed by him, I'll just keep going. I wouldn't even say nothing to him. I can't stand Michael E. Bloomberg, and guess what? I bumped into him last year on the anniversary of 9/11. I didn't say anything to him. I just kept going. I was too busy eating my breakfast sandwich. I wouldn't say nothing to him. I can't stand him, but this is 9/11. You don't do dumb stuff on 9/11 Memorial Day. No. But that's the thing. New York City is going down the toilet. And you need somebody to turn the city around. And right now, I don't see anything with any of these Democrats doing such thing. They can't prove me wrong because unfortunately, I've been there. I know what they are like. I know the policies. I remember the broken promises. I mean, 2005 when we were on strike, we shut the city down for 2 days. And they hit us with the tail law badly. But yet when the teachers union shuts down schools, they didn't even get penalized 1 day. And they shut down the schools for how many days? Months? Almost a year or two? And they didn't get penalized? Then you know there's something wrong. There's something wrong with the country. Or in the state or the city when the teachers union get away with murder and screw your kids over. That's a lot more damage to your kids, what they did, than a 2-day transit strike. So, and sadly, New York City don't have its priorities straight. Thing is, you need to elect people who's going to enforce the laws, not interpret how the laws should be. Don't come up with some Mickey Mouse status about, that Trump did this and Trump did that. That doesn't help us in the city of New York. Well, I'm not there anymore, but when you have crime, you don't want to enforce the law. The only time you want to enforce the law is when it's Trump. Trump is not jumping the turnstiles. Trump is not shooting people. Trump is not carjacking people. Trump is not robbing people. Trump is not doing retail theft. Trump is not destroying the economy in New York City. You are. You are. You are elected in the city council, the mayor's office, the advocate, and everybody else involved, including the judges and the DAs, and you know who you are, who's doing this, yes, Alan Braggs, I mean you too, you're doing this and you're destroying New York City. You're supporting the criminals and the migrants and screwing the rest of us over. I know, I'm not there anymore. But hey, what you're doing to New York City, it could overflow to Jersey. And that's my concern. I don't need your nonsense. People in New York don't need your nonsense. But you're going to keep having people voting these same Democrat nitwits back into office over and over and over again. That's the problem. So Sal Ken saying so long for now. Don't forget to stop. And happy end of this month nonsense.